Hey guys, this is the Mall Fox here, and today I'm going to show you guys the Threadmill Complex, once known as the Threadmill Trade Mall, located in Austell, Georgia. So, history for this place starts in 1931, as this building was retrofitted from the former Coat and Clark Textile Mill, which operated in Austell, Georgia until 1983. After sitting empty for several years, it was reported that work on converting the old mill into an off-price outlet mall was 90% complete in February 1987. However, no grand opening would happen until much later, and seemingly one issue was the need for an anchor, which this property never found. The developer who converted the property for mall use, Landmark Technology Corp., would go under in 1990, delaying progress with the property even further. Somewhere in the timeline of the late 80s to the early 90s, it was reported multiple times in the papers that this property was also a flea market at one point, for a very short period of time. By 1993, the mall was still vacant, and it was used as the set of 1994's Midnight Edition starring Will Patton and Michael DeLuise. The mall and its site were used for several sets, with it being stated that the old mall looked close enough to the Gwinnett County Jail, down to matching colors. I find that kind of humorous, I don't know. The inside of a shopping mall looking like a jail. Here are two screenshots from that movie that I grabbed off YouTube, which shows the mall pretty much unchanged as it is today, back then in 1994. In January 1995, it was announced that Sun Development Group, who co-developed the now repurposed Bell's Factory Outlet Mall in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, was showing interest in turning the vacant property into a, quote, upscale factory outlet mall, end quote. However, this did not end up coming to fruition, and the property would continue to sit vacant once again. Two years later in 1997, a decade after the mill was first converted for mall use, something real and substantial would finally happen. The mall had its grand opening on November 28, 1997. Some tenants operating a month after it opened in December included D. Young Fine Jewelry, AJ's Collectibles, Dolls and Darlings, Wholesale Pottery, CNC Jewelers, and more. Threadmill Mall, instead of operating as a more traditional mall, or as originally planned as an outlet-style mall, operated more as a boutique-style mall with local offerings and virtually no national chains. As you're seeing in this video, the mall, which spanned 3 stories, measured roughly 230,000 square feet, with wood flooring and exposed steel beams with fountains on the ground level. All of the bones from back in its mall conversion days are still here. However, the ground level fountains have been reworked and a fresh coat of paint has been put on many things inside this mall. One event that took place here, possibly the only event, was a gun, knife, survival, and preparedness expo that happened on February 6th through February 8th of 1998. It was reported in January of 1998 that the first floor had 31 stores, and negotiations were in progress for 2 tenants to locate in the second floor. Mall manager at the time, Scott Wilson, envisioned that the property would have retail and office space on the first and second floors. Meanwhile, the 70,000 square foot third floor would be left available for expo and convention type space. However, this property's misfortunes with getting off the ground paints the picture for what would happen next. It is reported in July of 1998 that the mall had permanently closed, with most tenants leaving in April and the mall having kicked everyone out in June. If you've been keeping track, the mall had its opening in October of 1997. It didn't even last a full year, having closed in June of 1998. Apparently, the owners of the property at the time pulled a page from the Book of Kohan, as electricity is reported to have been cut off multiple times over the months that it was open. A couple of the businesses were reported to be relocating downtown, including a gift shop known as Pickle Relish. It always makes me sad when these types of malls fail, because you know that they're chocked full of small business that has to get relocated or entirely shut down when they fail. In the end, the mall, which was expected to generate over 200 jobs and $25+ million for the South Cobb economy, was a complete and utter failure. Many thought it was simply in just a poor location for a mall, stating it would have had to have attracted clientele from other counties over, not just local customers. And to be honest, they're right, this location is not the greatest for a mall. I have the opinion that this mall was doomed from the minute it opened as an anchorless mini-mall offering boutique handmade offerings and services. Almost all of those kinds of malls over time just simply have not done well, and many are gone. This would lead into 2001, when the Austell City Council started the process to buy the short-lived mall from then-owner Ed Albertson, the mastermind behind the shopping mall idea for this old mill. It was stated in 1998, after the mall closed, that the existing design of the center would make a great community center, and that is indeed what it became. By 2005, the Threadmill Complex, as it became known, was a third occupied by government offices and 2/3 by private businesses. The place in its new iteration is still a mixed-use space with rooms for retail, but going forward, retail would not be this center's primary focus. Such services inside this building now include the City of Austell Museum, the Austell Library, an Austell Police Department station, and a ukulele shop called UKE Republic that was open during me and my friend's visit back in March of 2024. She actually ended up buying a ukulele from there. They've been here since 2012, and they are a great example of small businesses being able to be fostered by community-oriented places like this, even though it failed as a mall all those years ago. But that's going to conclude my video on the Threadmill Complex. Really quick, here's an old photo I found that showed the way that the fountains used to be laid out. If you guys liked this video and you want to see more, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel, and don't forget to ring the bell, that way you never miss an upload. Leave a like on this video if you found it enjoyable to watch, and drop a comment down below if you have any memories shopping here at any time in your life, or if you just want to leave me a nice comment to read. And otherwise, stay tuned for the next mall video.